to our secretaries, do you mind waving again at folks so they can identify you? Don't be shy. Great. Thank
Holly,
you.
you can raise your hand too.
Excellent.
No one can say her last name. How did you name you?
No. Thank you again. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Honorable Hector Boleras, Attorney General of the State of New Mexico.
Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna start off with a brief anecdote.
Can you see over me?
I think it is a very honorable morning in that my vision and my memory of this very tragic issue was seeing beautiful New Mexico families in pain having to protest their government with signs and having to ask for donations so that they could pay for their loved ones' gas to travel hours and hours. And after years and years of protest, I think it's a wonderful morning that after years and years of pain and suffering, this morning there's a little hope, there's love in the room, and hopefully there's passion that as we do the serious casework and we have the painful conversations later in the morning, I want to pay respects and homage to all the families and hours of crying and pain and suffering and driving and never giving up in the memories of your loved ones, that we honor you here this morning. I want to recognize the United States Attorney in the back. I want to recognize the Governor of New Mexico, Senator Lopez. You will never have to protest in New Mexico to keep the spirit of your loved ones alive. And I want to recognize all the members of state, local, and federal law enforcement who are here to not only listen, but to begin to build cold cases that your loved ones never received the attention or the early justice that your government was responding. And today, this is an morning of hope, but I want to briefly go through a couple of important steps of due process. Number one, your elected officials that have power that are entrusted serve you. And with the passage of SB 12 and SB 13, your governor was here earlier this year to sign that important legislation. And here's what it does. Number one, it builds together. Even though we have jurisdictional limitations and we are years behind, we are assembling the best law enforcement and legal teams allowable under the law. Number two, we are sincerely here, in spite of those limitations, to try to seek justice. And one of the honors and privileges that my legal team and prosecutor team had this year is I want you to all feel that we're trying to build cases so that we can walk your families into the powerful courthouses of justice. And most recently, we walked in with our first family, the 11th Judicial District with D.A. Tedrow, and we successfully prosecuted Jerry J. for the kidnapping and murder of Cecilia Fiona, who was found buried and lacking justice. And hopefully now this individual is facing 18 to 33 years. And while we can never bring her back, we feel a debt of gratitude that you're allowing us the opportunity to reconcile for many past systemic failures and many lost years. Secondly, because of your courageous advocacy, my office is here today to meet with you and listen to you. And we want you to know that your loved ones are not only forgotten, but as the governor stated, we have many systemic gaps, and another one that we're making systemic progress on is that we recently validated 7 different databases with the FBI. We have to get the accountability right. And this is an important step among many multi-agency efforts that will be crucial so that hopefully we can walk into these courthouses of justice one day with your family and try to seek an important reconciliation that your loved one will be accounted for. I encourage you to stop by our table later this morning and speak with us. We understand that you have traveled the long road and many, many days. And today I hope we can take one more small step. And thank you for letting the New Mexico Attorney General's office be a little bit of part of what we hope to retain and sustain a few days of future hope for all your families. So thank you very much for having us this morning.
Thank you so much, Attorney General Valladares. Friends, if you are at a table that has some open seats, and you look like they're not because there are red bags and there are reports, but if you have an open space that folks who are standing might be able to join you, will you please raise your hands if there are some spots at your table? Friends, if you'd like a place to sit, look for those with those hands up, come up for a second, and please be welcome to find a place to sit with
I'm by
folks.
myself. I won't touch anything. Okay.
Good morning.
I have a big foot.
Oh, you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm in a
Next, we'd like
boot
to
camp.
take an opportunity to introduce one of the task force members. She was acknowledged before, but Nestle, would you like to come up and speak to folks? Let's give her a big warm welcome.
Get a good video.
I should. Oh, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yate Abene, Shi'e Miss Fiatati in the Shed, Managed Tashi in the Shed.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Fiatati. I am a data subcommittee task force member for the MMIWR task force for New Mexico. Also, I am the founder of Navajo Nation Missing Persons Updates. I don't know if you see it on Facebook. I started that back in 2013. And a co-founder of MMDR, which is Missing and Indigenous Relatives. I've been at this for a very long time, and advocating for our families and for our missing and murdered loved ones have been probably one of the biggest things that I've ever done in my life. Being a family member of a missing and a murdered relative has made this a passion for me, and I would actually ask that the families that are here today, would you please stand up? From the bottom of my heart for coming to today. It takes a lot to be here. And to bring up all the things that you have to think about today, to make this report, to update these reports, to go and get dental records, and all of that stuff that you have to bring today takes a lot of heart and courage. To stand here and talk for your family members that are no longer here. That takes courage, and I'm very proud of you. The tears and the voices that you hear that speaks for your family, please listen, because they're the reason we are here today. All the family members, all these years that you felt that you were silenced, you are no longer silenced. We have heard you, and today, this day is for you. You are now your loved one's advocate. Be their voice, and never stop being their voice until they receive justice, until they are in these databases, and they are very, very important. We need to get them in there. We see all these flyers that are posted daily, and we wonder, are they really in the databases? So I want to thank all the law enforcement officers that are here today to make sure that these loved ones are injured. And I want to thank the families. You have been so strong to be here, to talk for your loved ones. Thank you, because I know how hard it is. And thank you to all of our partners, all of our advocates, all of the people that are on the task force, everybody that's in here, there's a reason for you to be in here today, and I want to thank you. You are making a difference for the state of New Mexico, and also in the eyes of the United States, because they're looking at what New Mexico is doing. We are making a change, and we are also making that a change for the US. So thank you, not just for Indigenous missing and murdered relatives, but for all people that are missing and murdered. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lee. Next, we'd like to introduce to you Deputy Secretary Benjamin A. Baker from the Department of Public Safety. Sir?
Good morning, everyone. I look around this room and I feel pride, honor, and respect for the family members of the missing. I see the upper crust of New Mexico law enforcement, service providers, and professionals in this room. I couldn't be more humbled to be in front of you this morning. I'll be brief so that we can get to our important work. Can everybody hear me okay? The job of the New Mexico Department of Public Safety, as it fits to this important work, is related to the Law Enforcement Records Bureau and our Missing Persons Clearinghouse. That is the place where we intake all missing people. And I am going to brag a little bit, although it is difficult to follow the Governor, Secretary Trujillo, Attorney General Valderas. We are the first state in New Mexico to augment our reporting forms to be reflective of tribal affiliation. New Mexico is the first. This critical step is important insofar that it now allows us to delineate Pueblo, tribal, or national affiliation of the folks that have gone missing. As we know, the number of missing people is above 900. 20 people are recovered, but yet unidentified, which is why we are here to do the important work today. We put in front of you forensic experts from the Department of Public Safety to collect vital evidence that can be useful in the furthering of the reports and the casework that we've done. I see my friends in the New Mexico Office of the Attorney General in the room, and I'm grateful for their partnership here, and I see many other law enforcement leaders. The committed folks at the Department of Public Safety have been hard at work this summer and into this fall, making outreach within our state. We have reached folks at the International Balloon Fiesta, the New Mexico State Fair, National Night Out events, and next week we will be continuing our efforts at 3 different Halloween celebrations in Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Espanola. We encourage you to continue to invite us so that we can bring this group and this energy, and I am grateful and I want to thank them for all of the hard work they went into the organization of this event. It was spectacular, and I'm very proud of their effort. Invite us to your community events so that we may further reach your community. Take advantage of the resources that we offer here today. Know that our Missing Persons Clearinghouse is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, to receive, update, and augment existing information. No detail is too small. Again, respect to the family members of those missing, respect to the professionals here to facilitate this important work, and thank you to our leadership in state government and our partners within the federal government and the service community. Thank you on behalf of the
Thank you, Deputy Secretary. So there are some folks that are here today who will be on a panel about DNA presentation. And so while those folks start making their way up, let's give another big round of applause to everybody who joined us here. As folks who are on the panel are making their way up and we're doing the transition, I just want to take care of a little more housekeeping. Again, you came before I told you about the food. I already confessed that I think with my belly. So there is food out in the hallway. There will be food and water throughout the day. Please make sure that you're taking care of yourself and enjoying the beautiful food that they prepared for us here at the Indian Public Cultural Center. Also, restrooms, if they're down the hall,
Okay, gotta go, guys.
they get a little action-packed. There are more bathrooms